Have you ever looked back over a relationship or a friendship and thought, well, why didn't I see those signs earlier? Like they were so obvious, but I didn't see them. Don't worry. You are alone. This is a phenomenon that happens. And what you have to understand, my friends, is that narcissists are masters of disguise. They will do this because they love to manipulate. And remember, they are so good at disguising it and that you're not going to see it. And let's just face it, at first, when you're around this person or when you're with this person, it's not going to be so obvious and you're not going to think that this person is like this. But you see, my friends, over time, the cracks do show and they don't get away with it. But the fact is, you are here now watching this video, trying to understand because you know that there is something not quite right. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video, I really wanted to discuss, because I know so many of you have emailed or DM'd me saying that, why didn't I notice this before? Why wasn't this obvious to me before? And like I said, you're not alone. Everybody goes through this. You don't realize this. And the one thing that helps you to see through all of this is time and headspace, is being able to have that time and that understanding to be able to process. And the one thing that you need is to be away from that person, because that's what gives you the headspace. What you have to understand is that narcissists, when they are around you, they're constantly playing these mind games. There's constantly this negative energy, this negative vibe. So it stops you from being able to think clearly. And that's what you have to remember, my friends. It's basically you have had the time and the headspace to be able to process this and understand it for what it is, because it's not obvious at first. And also think about it. They keep you in this state of anxiety, of stress, constantly running around busy doing other things for them. So that's why you don't really have the time to kind of unpack it, to understand it, and to realize what's going on. The thing is, narcissists are highly skilled at being able to hide their true selves. All right. This is something that they have done. This is kind of like the evolutionary process of their lives. So remember, this all starts from childhood, my friends. It always does. It always starts from childhood. So the fact is in childhood, they had to mold themselves to be something that their parents or their caregiver wanted them to be. What they had to do is make sure that they got this love or this nurture that they craved. But because they didn't get it, they developed these skills where they had to mold themselves or be something or someone that their parents wanted them to be. So they quickly learned that by doing this, by mirroring their parents or by love bombing their parents, can you see where this is going? Can you see how this is literally what they do now? So they had to do that in order to be able to get the attention and the validation from their parents. But because it was so sporadic, because it was not something that was regular, this is how they learned to survive in their environment. So what they did as children is what they're doing now as adults. So this is where they have become highly skilled at being able to read people's emotions, to be able to read that person physically, psychologically. That is how they do it. And what happens is they shower with you with, sorry, cut that bit. So what happens is they shower you with affection, with attention. Okay, exactly what they want, exactly what they require from you. And can you see how quickly this turns around when they want this from you? So at first they give it to you so that you get hooked. You're thinking, oh my God, this person is just so amazing. Oh, this is the most a wonderful person that I have ever met. And this is how you become hooked. This is how then you crave it and you want it more. And by that point, this is where they have got you. This is where they have got you in where they want you emotionally, psychologically, because you're dependent on their validation. So it's charming, it's charismatic, attentive, and it makes it very much easy for you to overlook those red flags because this person is just so amazing. But what really is happening at this stage is that that person is wearing a mask. And you're not going to notice this straight away because you're so engrossed in this honeymoon period, in this part of the relationship or the stage of the relationship where this person is showing you, giving you so much attention, so much affection, you're going to want more of it. And this is normal. Like, I don't want to like kind of say that this is very toxic in every single relationship. No, this is very normal part of the relationship right at the beginning. Okay, because you're going to want that from your partner. But what happens is that this period is very short-lived. And when this is not sustained over a longer period of time, this is a red flag. Because this person isn't authentically feeling this, so they're pretending to be somebody else, but you're not going to see it straight away. And the thing is, this is all about time. The truth is, we also play a role in this. Okay, don't shoot me for saying this, because we're missing these signs. Most of us approach these relationships or approach relationships seeing the best in somebody. And I'm not saying that you have to be detached. I'm not saying that you have to not go into this expecting the best possible outcome. But what you have to be is realistic right at the beginning. Okay. And this is something that is going to be learned over time, because you need boundaries and you need to be able to develop your self-worth and confidence in yourself. When you don't have that, or when you're assuming the best in somebody, you're going to miss these signs because you're not going to see it for what it is. You're going to get swept up in this feeling. We want to believe that people are genuine. You see, narcissists exploit this optimism. They mirror your values, your interests. They pretend to be someone that they are not. They want to confuse you. They're going to make you feel like this person truly gets you. But this is just the mirroring tactic, and they're simply just studying you. And what they're doing is they're watching your body language. They're watching your facial expressions, because they're studying you, only to be able to use this as manipulation against you. And plus, at the beginning, you're not going to see the flaws, because at the beginning, you're more focused on creating a connection with this person. So your focus isn't looking at the flaws, isn't looking at the red flags. You want to create a connection. And also for some of you, you might want to figure out whether this person is a narcissist or not. But like right at the beginning, this isn't when their true colors are going to show. This is, again, happens over a period of time where you're going to be like, this is who they really are. And this is why I really wanted to kind of focus on this. Time reveals patterns. And that's what you've got to look at, okay, is the patterns of behavior. No one can keep up this facade forever. And of course, the narcissist can't. Again, this is all a timeline. Okay, a timeline. So you're not, it's like what I say, you're not going to see this straight away. You have to invest the time and the emotion, but don't invest too much, because time does reveal all. And what happens is you might notice a lack of empathy. Someone who does not get you, or has no interest in understanding you or getting you. Like at the beginning, they were all attentive. They were giving you so much validation, put you on the pedestal. But now they just they don't understand you. Like, that is weird. That is strange. Then, of course, there's the subtle put downs, you know, as jokes. Like, why would someone be making jokes of you? Like, hello, why would someone be putting you down? No, when someone cares about you, when someone is authentic and true, they're going to keep pushing you forward. They're going to make sure that you're feeling good. They're going to make sure that you're not feeling anxious. And not that they're taking responsibility, because yes, of course, that is also your responsibility to not feel anxious, to keep yourself happy, to do all these things for you. But they're not going to be the cause of your anxiety or your stress. They're not going to be putting so much drama, you know, in your life. And also then there's going to be the blame. And I think this is a huge one, when they blame you for everything that goes wrong. And it kind of is up to you to fix it or make it better. Like, that is another thing that you need to look out for, is the blames, the put downs, the jokes that are just not funny. Okay, they're not funny, but they say it because they want you to feel a certain way. And then the other thing I wanted to say is that when these narcissistic traits, or when you're starting to notice this starts to surface, you might even question your intuition or your understanding and think, no, maybe I got this wrong. No, maybe this person isn't really like that. And even if you kind of call it for what it is, you might say, you know, that I've noticed this, or you might try to say it to openly discuss it with that person. The narcissist is so skilled at gaslighting. So they're going to say to you, maybe you're overreacting, like maybe you're too sensitive, or things didn't even happen the way that you think. Like, it's not like that at all. And then what happens is that this makes you doubt your own perception of reality. So you've got all of this going on, all right? And you're trying to figure this out because you're noticing that something's wrong. And then you've got that person telling you, no, you know what? You did get it wrong. And it's not like that. So you then start to detach from yourself. You start to think that maybe you are overreacting. And this is why you end up staying. And what you have to remember is this will happen again in a cycle. You'll notice, then you'll say something, and then you'll be put down, or this will be used against you, or you don't, or what happens over time as this carries on, you don't say it anymore. And what you do is you internalize it, because it's better than having an argument, or better than calling it into the light for what it really is. And then, this is where you start to doubt yourself and start to think, maybe I have got it wrong. Maybe it's me. And then you might justify that behavior. And that's another issue. The bottom line is that this is not your fault. Behaviors are so subtle, and it's not going to be apparent right at the beginning. So don't blame yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself. I mean, what is the point? Why are you doing that to you? You didn't know, you didn't see it. You weren't expecting that this person was going to be like that. But going forward, you're going to be able to notice these subtle signs. And also at the beginning, try not to miss the red flags. Try to get to know this person a lot more before you start committing emotionally and psychologically to this person. And also, if someone's telling you what to do or how you should feel, again, these are the subtle signs that you need to look out for, because there are people out there who are not full-blown narcissists, but people who have these traits. This is, again, something that you need to give it time and not allow your emotions to really take over. I know it's really challenging to do that, because it's so lovely when you get into a new relationship with someone, or when you're getting to know somebody. This can cause you to feel so wonderful, so amazing. But what you have to realize is that going forward, you have to be methodical and just try to get a sense of this person, and trust your intuition, because your intuition is never going to let you down. Okay? So guys, I really hope this video helps. Please know that we do have the live stream happening every single Tuesday. So click down in the description box for more details, and I do offer one-to-one consultations. Again, click in the description box. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.